Hi everyone, Sabrina Crean here. This is my App Smash screencast. For this video, we're going to be looking at this really cool Chrome extension called InsertLearning. So it is an extension you add to Chrome. And what it enables you to do is that you can turn any website into an interactive lesson through the addition of like discussion questions, interactive vocab, just a ton of tools that can help students approach an article with a little more guidance. So it's really great if you're looking for something self-directed with a little bit of guidance for students. So currently we are on the home page. We're looking at what you would see when you first go to the InsertLearning website, which is right here, InsertLearning.com. What you'll do first is you'll add this to Chrome. And it'll come up right here as a little InsertLearning extension. So you'll make your account, and then you'll be able to integrate it with Chromebooks, Classroom, Google Docs, YouTube. You can use your Google sign-in. You don't have to make a separate account. So it's really great in that regard. So let's go ahead and look at what it looks like once you've made your account and you can start making your own lessons. So when you first log in, you'll go over here. This is your lessons dashboard, your InsertLearning dashboard. Once you start making lessons, they'll list right here. If you also need a lesson that's pre-made, if you're in a little bit of a pinch, you can open up one of these here that you can use. For example, here's a social studies one using an NPR article. We'll just go ahead and click that. So this is what an InsertLearning article looks like. So we have our regular, takes the kids to the website. So they'll have all the video, all the pictures, videos, whatever else is attached to it. But on the side here, we have our InsertLearning little panel right here. As we scroll down, we see the first question. This is kind of an anticipatory set kind of question inserted by the teacher. What are the words you remember from this important document? About the Declaration of Independence. They've also added a video with a little bit of background for the kids. We have some vocab highlighted right here, another video, some more questions. And the kids will also still have access to all the links that are in the article. So they're not losing any of the content of the article. They're just gaining a little bit more guidance, a little more background as you see fit. In this regard, it's a really great differentiation tool for kids who might need a little bit of help getting through an article. You can highlight vocab words, you can add guiding questions, class discussions can all be embedded into this one article without you having to print it out and change it or move it to Google Drive, anything like that. So here they are asking, what's the sentence like without the word? Another discussion question, more vocab, a little bit more background. And then they added a discussion and they linked it with Edpuzzle, Google, and Edmodo. So we have more here. So let me show you, not only you can use these pre-made articles, but you can make your own interactive lessons using articles. So I've pulled up right here, I have an article from Smithsonian, one of my favorite websites to pull resources for kids from. So what you'll do is you'll go ahead and you'll add InsertLearning to the page. So we'll open up that extension. Our little panel comes back here. So what we can do, so this one's about the Navajo Nation Treaty. Just like the other one, we can add videos, background, discussions, anything like that. So we can kind of scroll through. Obviously, you would do a little bit more in depth. I'm just doing this quickly to show you how to make these. So for example, this word codified might be new for students. So we might want to highlight that. That's a link. We'll highlight something different. Ancestral territory. We can highlight that. We can add a note. Ancestral. I spelled that right. I didn't. Ancestral territory. A group of an ethnic. I can't type with all you guys watching me. Groups, homeland. And so now kids, when they scroll over it, will be able to see, oh, okay, that's what ancestral territory means. Let's go down. Okay, we have a treaty that's gone on display. It's a nod to the momentous return of the tribe. Unveiling in Washington. Here they talk about living document. Perfect place for a discussion question. Let's go ahead and pop one in there. So we'll select that. What does living document? You can assign a point value. I I'm just going to put 0 because for me right now, it's more of an issue of just getting them to participate. So create. Once they start actually working with this, you'll be able to view all responses. That'll scroll up right there. Let's see if we can see this, teachers. Going back to that article we were looking at before. View all responses. No, we can't. Okay, so heading back over here. So we have a discussion question. Can insert a sticky note. Let's put that on here. This is where we'd be able to put any sort of YouTube video. So if we wanted to get a little video about the Guadalupe Hidalgo Treaty, we could go over to YouTube, Guadalupe Hidalgo. Sweet, got a little 3-minute video. Perfect. So let's go ahead and snag that. Go ahead and snag that. We'll put that in here. Now we've got a little video embedded for the kids to watch, just a little more background for them. They'll still have all the pictures, links, like I said before. There's more options here. You can share with teachers. You can assign to students. Assign to students you can do through Google Classroom if that's the platform you are using. So obviously you would take more time to really flesh this out, make it a full lesson. But for now, let's just go ahead and head back to the InsertLearning dashboard. So we'll go back to our InsertLearning dashboard. And our lesson now has shown up here. So what we can do is we can assign, share to Google Classroom, or what we can do is we can make classes within InsertLearning. Say you're using a platform like Haiku or something else that's unsupported. You'd go here. You could either import it from Google Classroom, or you could just say, English, period, create. You can go ahead and have the kids add it by a class code and assign that way. By doing this, you'll be able to go back and see kind of the stats of what is going on here. You can assign it, you can click on it, it'll take you back to the link, and that's where you'll be able to see student work by clicking on, still loading, by clicking on that little part I showed you before, view all responses. You'll be able to see the students' responses there. So the great thing about this platform is that it allows you to take online resources, which we all know there's just like a million of those, totally helpful when you're trying to supplement your lessons. This would be a great way for students to maybe tackle more difficult readings with the additional supports of kind of chunking, guided questions, resources to support, vocab. You could also make multiple lessons of the same article, differentiate those, maybe a little bit more scaffolding and supports for students who would need it. So it's really a great tool. The only downside to this is that it is not free. You get 5 free lessons, but you can share it to get some more free lessons, or you can subscribe, and that will take you to, it's $8 a month or $40 for the year. To be honest, in my opinion, totally worth it. Definitely seems like a tool that the kids would value, really enables you to create self-directed lessons. This would be the perfect sub-plan. Tell the kids to log on. There's a few articles for them to read. Keeps them engaged, and you know that they actually did the reading by their participation in the questions. So that's pretty much this, this platform for you. You can also go to grades and find lessons that way. Resources, you can find some more content. But overall, just a really helpful tool, relatively new to me. On their Twitter, they only have a handful of followers, so I would recommend you follow them. InsertLearning, there they are. They follow me because I followed them. InsertLearning, relatively new, only about 3,000 followers, but they've been around for about 3 years. So, well, that kind of contradicts what I just said. So I guess they've been around a little bit longer. Still not something I've heard of too recently, but I think it'd be a great tool for anybody. So I hope that answers any questions you might have had about InsertLearning and maybe encourages you to make an account and give it a whirl. So that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this app smash. If you have any questions, just go ahead and leave me a comment on the blog post. Thanks. I'll see you guys later. Bye.